Good nutrition is good life, and nutrition can supercharge the demographic dividend. India has a lot of flagship programs, and India aspire to be a global leader. So, nutrition can increase human capital and other capital, and can contribute to reach to a global leader. Good nutrition can contribute to the well-being. Good nutrition can also contribute to growth, productivity, and higher order cognitive ability. So, that is why nutrition is essential and a key driver to growth, development, social justice and equity, and for an equitable society. It can empower the present and the future generation. Nutrition is linked to individual income, country's overall income, growth and productivity. Let me tell you about the data which tells about a difficult story. If you see or if you know the data or you hear the data, it is around 38.4% children under 5 are stunted. Around 53% women are anemic, and 21% children under 5 are also under wasting category. So, this is also very difficult to understand and digest. But let me tell you about the number. Around 36.7 million children are under stunting. 1 rupee invested on nutrition can give a return of around 16 rupee. So, imagine how important it is. If you look at the data, it will be very difficult to digest. Around 46.6 million children under 5 are stunted. Around 25.5 million children also are wasting category. Similarly, 9.5 million children fall under severely affected malnourished category, and these children also struggle day in day out with life and death. So, can India grow with such a number? So, let me tell you about another figure which is also very alarming and difficult to digest. Around 38.4% children under 5 are also under stunting category. Similarly, wasting has gone up in a 10-year period. It is around 21%. Anemia is all pervasive. Around 53% women suffer from anemia, and all these figures contribute to India's or inhibit India's progress, India's demographic dividend. So, that is why nutrition is also very important for India's income, growth and productivity. Nutrition can, there is a research which says that 1% reduction in stunting can increase productivity by 1%. Similarly, one anemia reduction can increase productivity by 5 to 11%. So, this is important, and nutrition is necessary not only for family well-being, individual income, individual cognitive ability, but also overall growth of the nation. Nutrition has a woman face. The intra-household disparity and discriminations, gender-based violence also inhibit nutrition performance or nutrition outcome in India. Around 21% women marry before age of 18. 35% women face spousal violence. So, imagine if women are not empowered, if women do not have decision and control, then how can they decide about the food choices? How can they feed children and build a new generation of Indians? Let me tell you the growth story again. Stunting can reduce GDP by 5 to 11%, and adult productivity also can be improved if there is a better investment on nutrition. I worked in India and many South and Southeast Asian countries. Let me tell you about the story of India, then I will tell about the story of other countries. Today, many of you know about Poshan Abhijan, which is Prime Minister's agenda on a holistic nutrition. Poshan Abhijan talks about a target based intervention and there is a measurable target on reduction of anemia, stunting and low birth weight. Also, there is a commitment towards a mission malnutrition free India to bring down stunting to 25 by 2022. It is very important, and it could not have happened without a strong political will. We need to create impact among the poor and marginalized, and specifically among the people who are in malnutrition and hunger hotspots, who are socially excluded, geographically excluded, economically excluded or policy level excluded, who are suffering from multiple deprivations of poverty. I think we need a responsible nutrition, we need a pro-poor public policy, and we need people's participation. I believe we need the nutrition movement or the nutrition revolution, I can say emphatically, with women at forefront. We need to focus on first 1000 days of life. If we miss that, we will miss the life throughout, and this is the first window of opportunity starting from antenatal period till 2 years of age. That is very important. We need to also prioritize the second window of opportunity, that is invest on adolescent girls. They are the future mothers, because unless you invest on adolescent girls, you might get malnourished child or child with low birth weight. So, it is also necessary we invest on them. The third, I would suggest investment on micronutrient malnutrition, and specifically ensuring dietary diversity or food fortification or food enrichment, so that the hidden hunger or the micronutrient malnutrition is not there, because that increases morbidity and later mortality. India has a lot of problem on complementary feeding for the children under 2 years of age. Unfortunately, the data speaks that only less than 10% of the children get adequate diet with quality. So, we need dietary diversity, we need appropriate complementary feeding for the children, and feeding for the children during illness along with breastfeeding during first 1 hour and also during first 6 months exclusive breastfeeding, and breastfeeding and complementary feeding from 6 months to 2 years. For that we need demand, we need behavior change, for behavior change we need interpersonal counseling, because that works in nutrition. I have been arguing that we need Hamlet level women change leader. I name it Janani, Join Angan Nutrition for New India. India has 6.5 lakh villages. We need around 2.5 to 3 million Hamlet level Jananis, women change leader, who can address social and geographical exclusion, who can go home and spread the messages of nutrition through interpersonal counseling, and behavior change is also very important.